Hello, and welcome to a very belated episode of Bodied to Cloud9 Fancast. I'm your host, Havokpus. I'm joined by my co-host, Frozencreek. Frozen, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's September was an extremely long month between college football. I caught COVID. I went to Portland. I had a LAN party. I went to work for the first time in 18 months. So
Yeah, you've just
there's
been
been a lot going on.
you've
So
been busy. I've been busy. I've
you're
been
buying a house.
yeah, I'm buying a house. I'm having to do work stuff. I had to, my dad got a surgery a couple of days ago. I had to take care of him. Um, we're currently taking care of him. It's been a pretty busy uh month, but I wanted to be back because Worlds is next week, and
4 days away, baby.
what is the League of Legends season without us having a Worlds episode and having Worlds coverage? So we gotta get that primer in. We gotta get that you know before Worlds episode in.
Exactly, and just some house cleaning. Due to the world's schedule, it's always tough for us to get in and record. So we'll see what happens next week. I would like to get something in before group starts if we
I believe
may make it through play-ins. So we'll see.
since they're playing in Europe, it should be really easy for us to watch all the games since the games will be in the mornings, so we can observe in the mornings or at least catch the rerun in the afternoon and then record. So
That's true.
so
That's
I
true.
think it's going to be so much easier than I always hated when they played in Asia. Just because of time difference, it's just like they'll be playing at like 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning, and it's just like I'm not gonna wake up for that. you know? So
Yeah,
it's so
when we beat who who was it? The Korean team.
oh, wasn't it Afrika?
Yeah, it was at like 4 or 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Eastern Standard
exactly.
Time. I
Yeah,
woke up and it was already over with. I was like, we either swept them or we got
yeah.
swept, and I have a feeling we probably got swept.
I
Turns
think
out we swept them.
I believe I actually went to bed early and set my alarm and then woke up to watch that match.
Well, you know what to do then.
Yeah. But
Do that again.
thankfully, we won't be having such uh time constraints this time. So hopefully things get
No, it's much
much
easier.
better. Yeah.
But
Thankfully Europe's a lot closer.
yeah, and especially Iceland is even better. I believe. I think that their time zone behind like England and stuff, if I remember
Oh, okay.
correctly.
That's even
Don't
better.
quote me on that though.
Um, I know MSI was easy, but before we get into that, I do want to get in a little bit of house cleaning, talk a bit about some stuff that did happen. For World of Warcraft, our team placed third in the Arena World Championships after losing to Golden Guardians 0-3. I think top three is still pretty good. I know that I would have really preferred, and I think a lot of us would have preferred for them to go first or even second, but I think third is still really good. The competition, I think, for arenas stuff it's always really tough, especially with our team where they were just running one or two strats. So I think us getting third is still really good. I think it shows that we're still a top team. Hopefully next time we can have a better run and through the circuit and going through stuff, and we can get a trophy, get that first place spot. But I'm glad the WoW team made top three. Speaking of top three finishes, the Apex Legends squad finished third in Grayson Allen's Apex Invitational. That's great.
Is
Um,
or do you know who Grayson Allen is?
I have no idea.
Is that like the Apex Legends version of Golden Glue?
I don't know. All I know is his name's on the thing that you wrote down. Um, our Apex Legends team's really good. I haven't watched them play in a while, but I remember the last big event that they played in. They were in like this really hype matchup, and it was they were had teams I think on like three different sides of them. They were handling it really well. So I'm glad that they got top three. This Apex Legends team is really good. Take my word for it. If you're at all interested in Apex Legends, or if you just want to support another Cloud9 team, definitely check them out because the guys on there are pretty cool as well as uh, they're a good team. So definitely watch them. One last thing, housekeeping before we get into maybe a bit more nitty gritty. The Wild Rift team qualified for the NA Regional Championship. I know, I know most people don't watch Wild Rift, and it's kind of hard to like figure out when they play or when they're playing. But it's good to see that the team is in it. You know, they're qualified for the championship. That's the important thing.
Yep. A lot of this has happened over the past 3 or 4 weeks, so it's
It may be old.
relatively old news at this point. So I don't have too much to add.
Yeah, I would like to see the Wild Rift stuff promoted a bit more. Um, I
Yeah,
think
for
that
sure.
I know that it's still relatively new and it's sort of a mobile thing. I would like it to eventually get to a point where Riot is promoting it just as heavily as Valorant and League stuff. Um, because like if they can do events like how Vainglory did stuff, that would be amazing. Because I loved, and I've said this before, but I loved the Vainglory team, and I loved
Yeah.
the Vainglory scene. How they did it was awesome. They had a really cool little arena. You know, the players came on, they'd be on the phones. They got to play. The trophies were awesome because they were gigantic. Do you remember how big those trophies were?
I do not
They were
actually.
huge. Um, I think one was like a mask or something, so it was gigantic, and I think one was maybe like a cup or something. I can't remember, or like a shield. I can't remember, but they were gigantic.
Jeez.
Um, they were super cool. Um, but hopefully Riot can like give them more of a boost. But that'd be really cool.
Yeah, seems like a fun game.
Yeah, yeah. But talking about Valorant news, we got some stuff. Somewhat not a surprise, but Floppy left. I know
Yeah.
this was a while ago, but I think at least for the record, we should at least talk a little bit about Floppy leaving.
Um, I I think most people are just gonna think it sucks just because he was the last CS:GO guy from a while ago that had been
Yeah.
around, and it sucks that he's gone now because I'd grown to really like him. In CS:GO, even before the the
The implosion.
or well the team, the big money team that they had. What was that called
Losses?
again? Yes. So Eve, he was on EU even before then. So
Yeah, I really liked Floppy. I think he just had like this really great personality that made him really fun. He made all the content, everything that they tried to make really entertaining. So it was cool having him around. So it was kind of sad when he kind of inevitably left. I think that it kind of makes sense. He had a whole statement where he said he was feeling like, oh, I'm feeling burnout, and I'm also just like trying to like explore my options for the future. CS:GO's kind of dead, so he's not sure if he can really return to CS:GO. With Valorant, he's trying to get more into it, but it's kind of difficult, and he just needs to kind of reset himself. He says that maybe at some point he would like to be back. It would be really cool to see him back. He said he'd maybe try to get like a German, like move to Germany and like get like a work visa there so he can play for a team in Europe or something. I think if it's for like CS:GO or whatever, I don't know. Whatever he does, I think it'll be super cool. And it's sad that he left.
yeah, it kind of is at the end of an era in a way, but
Yeah.
it's not quite like when like oh gosh, I can't even think of
Like when
automatic
Sneaky left
left, or
or when
yeah, Stewie
Automatic left.
left, or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or does that bring our team down to 5 now for Valorant?
Yeah,
No subs.
yeah, I believe so. Unless Poise is still on the roster. I can't remember if he left or not. I think he
Yeah,
might have though.
me neither.
Um,
But C9 White is playing in the VCT Gamechangers Series 3 right now. They are 2-0. They've swept their last 2 series, and they're in the winners final against Shopify Rebellion. I couldn't figure out when it was, but I imagine it's probably maybe even tonight, Friday night or Saturday at some point.
Yeah,
Winner
I'd
goes to
imagine
grand
so.
final.
Yeah, I think actually I can see right now since I'm there. Yeah, it is today at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so this will probably be out around that time.
Yeah. But the girls were just on a tear. They beat apparently Xset has a female team. I didn't know Xset had a female team. They had a female team, they won 2-0. They beat Dignitas 2-0. Pretty they crushed Dignitas, the 13-5 and 13-1.
Oh, oof.
So I think that this is just another thing of the ladies showing that they are still the best in this sort of bracket. I think that the white team is in just this kind of interesting, kind of weird spot where, in terms of just the female only circuit, they are the best. You can almost never beat them. They will crush you. They have great teamwork. They have great strats. But then when they get to these larger qualifiers where like you have a lot more teams in, they'll usually get pretty well into it, but then they'll face a team that's just above their skill level, and then they just have a harder time like winning and punching through. Not to say they can't do it. I think they can. It's just that it's really hard for them, especially with like if the practice that they're getting is playing against these other teams that they're just dominating all the time. You become this big fish in a little pond kind of situation. Um, but I'm really glad that they're still dominating. I hope that they can beat Shopify, so they can go to the finals, which is October 3rd.
So
Oh no,
Sunday.
their match is tomorrow, October 2nd. I just saw the 4
Okay.
p.m. and I just
Okay,
saw it in
so
October.
they play Saturday. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So that must mean that the losers final is after that. So
yeah,
that's a
yeah.
long
So
day.
if they lose, they would have to play in the losers final like immediately after.
Later, later that night, and then if they
Yeah,
were to win, play in the grand final on Sunday. So let's just hope that they win that first match.
yeah.
Much easier.
I'd really like them to get a break, just before they have to like do stuff.
Yeah. Well, they're young still, not like us old whippersnappers.
I'm not old. I'm only 29. It's not old.
I am too.
No, it's not old. Shout
I
out.
I I feel old. I've been playing volleyball, and I landed on my elbow wrong, and it's hurt for like 6 days now. It's not ideal
It doesn't
being
sound
old.
ideal.
But
Um.
speaking
Oh.
of old,
Oh. I did want to say that I can't find a time for it, but the blue team is going to play in the VCT North American Last Chance qualifier.
oh yeah.
Their first match is against Genji in the upper round of 16. Um, this is coming off of their finals win of the I think it was the Nerd Street. The Nerd Street Gaming Summer Championship. Um, so hopefully the boys have had a lot of practice and they had some time to really get even better. But they play against Genji. The event starts October 12th.
Oh
So
yeah, I saw that.
they're
So
going to be
we'll be back
playing.
before then.
Yeah. But they play against Genji first, and if they win that game, they'll have to play against 100 Thieves in the upper bracket. Uh, just gonna
Yeah,
be
I did see that
it's gonna
too.
be it's gonna be a little rough, but 100 Thieves did like just have a new player get swapped in, so that may be our opportunity to beat them since they're gonna have to be contending, with newish players.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. They swapped out Steel for Boy.
Okay. So I guess the first or the second rounds the best time to do that.
Yeah.
Their
So
first match because they get a bye.
yeah. So hopefully hopefully the teams can do well. I'm really excited just because we haven't gotten a lot of C9 blue matches. And I
Or
want
white.
or white, yeah. I just want to see more VALORANT. So that's all I got for that. Do you want to move on to League of Legends, or do you have anything else that's
No, I think we can breeze through the what was it called? The Proving Grounds for summer.
yeah.
Um, C9 Academy got their ass beat by Golden Guardians Academy relatively early on. They actually knocked out C9 Amateur the round before, but
Yeah, C9 Amateur looked like they didn't stand much of a chance. They were getting
they never really did.
no. I was hoping that it would be like, okay, we're going to 5 games. It's going to be this bare knuckle brawl like Civil War type thing. But they ended up just kind
No,
of
they
they got steamed.
yeah they fought well, but like they weren't going to be able to keep up with Darshan and King.
Yeah,
So I did think that them losing into the way they did was honestly kind of embarrassing. They lost their first match against like the 15 seed, which was an amateur team, Resolve
yeah,
of some sort, I believe, which was embarrassing. And then they lost to Golden Guardians Academy, who they really should not have lost to either. For a team with uh, 3 veterans, 2 who are almost as old as me, being Darshan and Shurnfire, I think. And King too. He's not quite as old as me, but he's 24, I think.
I'm not,
22.
I'm not sure how old he is.
He's 22, 23, or 24, something like that. It was kind of embarrassing how poorly Shurnfire played at that whole series, and I hope that they are willing to bring up someone from academy or amateur to academy for next year. XU was probably the hard carry of amateur, so I would like to see them possibly bring him up for Shurnfire, and then I'm cool keeping Darshan and King, but I would like to see someone moved up from amateur. Just if you're gonna suck, then at least give a chance to young people to suck and learn.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that I think and that's been I think the academy team's biggest issue is mostly just they had some jungle issues. Like Shurnfire is a bit hit and miss at times. I think that maybe getting a fresher jungler maybe would be more beneficial. Um, I'm not sure what to do. I kind of want to hold on to King. I feel like he would, I think if we give him another year or two, maybe he can improve like some of his synergy skills with like synergizing with the team, and then he could move up to play on the main roster. If Sven leaves at some point, I feel like that's kind of the contingency plan at this point. Um, but I think that between academy and amateur, we have good players. I think it's just a matter of getting them to gel right and fit, and get them at a high enough level. I think, with Darshan, it's kind of weird. You know, maybe it's just that he's falling more and more off. Like, but I can still see the benefit of having him on since he is like a more veteran player, so we can give a lot of insight. Maybe he could do that more as a coach and instead of a player. I don't know. Um, but it's a weird sticky situation.
Yeah. I think if Darshan is still or still wants to keep playing and possibly coach afterwards, like I don't think that there's much of an issue keeping him on, um, because he does provide a lot of in-game experience to what should be a group of young people like Copy probably learns a lot from him. So does Isles.
Yeah,
That's the support.
yeah. Isles is support. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm sure that he provides a lot of value to them. I'm not. I think King needs to go to a different team this year if he wants to play in LCS. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it on Cloud9 at this point. I looked it up. He is 23. So like, while there isn't a hard age cap on League of Legends players at this point, it does feel like that once you hit like 24, 25, like a lot of players seem to be leaving the game at that point.
yeah. And I think that I think it may just be Cloud9's looking for maybe the right price. Like I'm not sure. But I could definitely see King getting bought up and going to a different team so he can play on this big stage. Um, I think at least for our development, I think we should definitely try to keep Copy around at least because
Yeah.
he has the makings of being a really good mid laner.
Yeah.
I think if he just has maybe another year, maybe two in academy to make sure he has some stuff down, because
Yeah.
he has like one of the deepest champion pools I think I've seen in academy,
No,
where
it's stupid.
he can just play whatever and he's fine with it.
Yeah, it's stupid. He probably played more champions than anyone else in academy this year.
Yeah,
I haven't looked, but I have to imagine he literally played everything, like control mages, assassins, bruisers. So, and I just think he's fun to watch. I think if someone is willing to give him a shot in LCS, then he should take it. But I'm not sure he's ready yet for LCS. But I do like Captain Shrimps too from amateur. So I
yeah,
would like to
this
see
is
him
fun.
find an academy spot too. So,
Yeah,
but I think I'll get, or you can add something else if you want. But I think that we should save this for off season 2.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, when stuff starts to happen, because we got some world stuff too.
Yeah, I think we can move on to world stuff. Um, so after all has been said and done with the playoffs, Cloud9 can go to Worlds. They boot camped a bit in Iceland. Um, and the draw happened, and our play-ins group is Beyond Gaming, from the PCS, Detonation Focus Me from the LJL, and then I think it's
A Galatasaray.
Galatasaray from
Yeah,
TCL.
they're a Turkish soccer team who I guess
Okay.
own an esports team, which
Oh, okay. Cool.
esport might be some kind of Turkish thing,
Either that or a typo, and they just forget
or
to.
the old or the or the lol esports site has it wrong in every instance,
It could
because
be.
I looked.
Who knows? And also the Unicorns of Love from the LCL. So it it's kind of a hefty group for a play-in when you think about it.
Yeah, and I think the other group is even harder. So I I really think Riot needs to take a look at how they do worlds next year, because these two groups are pretty loaded. Like, I don't know anything about Beyond or Galatasaray, so I don't have much to add about them.
Yeah.
But Han Life, LNG, Gillette Infinity, Unicorns, us, and Detonation Focus Me. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, and I think that I think that they may have to figure out, they may need to retool exactly how regions work. I think that I think I know that I think what isn't it right now, like based off of just like player population? Is that how, like, what's considered a major versus a minor region?
Um,
I'm not
I've
sure, like the big details, but I assume
I
that.
I,
that's why like NA is considered a major region, even though statistically we're not the best region.
I think it's a multitude of a
Mhm.
multitude of reasons. Like we made the game is part of it.
True.
We probably have the second most money to spend behind China. We have a probably a bigger player base than most other servers. So a a plethora of things, but I think it's earned. Like we don't go very far, but it's not like um if Turkey sent you have three teams, like they would have a better chance. So
Yeah. But
yeah,
yeah,
so
I think that maybe places like Japan, like Turkey, I, I think that they're gaining a lot more traction in you know, in the global League of Legends scene. I mean, we're seeing. I think when you look at MSI for example, Detonation Focus Me gave a lot of really good matches. Like they gave us a hard time. You know, I think that places like Japan and I think places like Turkey, they've really started to improve how they play the game. I think CIS has a really passionate fan base. Brazil has a passionate fan base. I think that maybe I don't know. I think that considering there's a lot, the game has really grown and there's a lot more fans out there, and the competition, at least between a lot of the lesser teams that aren't, from Asia, have kind of gotten closer together. Um, I think maybe it's time to maybe retool how things work to, I think, give every region more of an equal chance or something. I don't know. Um,
yeah. My solution would be to add more groups.
that would
I think
be,
that
I think
that's
that would be a
what
really
they should do.
actually I think that'd be actually be a really good idea. Instead of just doing four groups, maybe expand it out and then maybe have the groups be smaller, or
Yeah,
something like that.
or well, there's 10 teams here, so you could add two more teams from the MSI top four.
Yeah,
Um, give them two more teams for their region, and then you have what 7 or 8 groups, something like that. Have the
it.
first knockout around be a best of 3, then you can play best of 5 yeah, like normal.
Mhm.
Because I think in the current state of worlds, like groups are way too stacked.
Yeah, and I think also it's just I think it's somewhat unfair for the teams to be like, okay, like especially like not in plans because the plans schedule seems to be at least somewhat like like okay, you play like one maybe two games a day. Um, but I think that I know that when it gets down to the main event group stage, you're playing 3 or 4 games a day. Like, that's exhausting. And they flip it too, because like, the first day, it's like, okay, everyone just from the group just plays, like, once or twice, but then, like, one day, and then they go each day for, like, the first week, they'll just play once, maybe twice. And then, like, the second week, it's like, "Hey, you're gonna play all your matches today." And that's insanely stupid and insanely exhausting. I don't know why we have to do it that way. Um
Or so the way they have it this year is that it looks like every team is going to play one game a day in groups
Mhm.
until the final group day, when everyone will play their games. I think that's a relic to like soccer and stuff, who will play all their final group games at the same time. So yes, you don't get an advantage knowing results is somewhere else.
That's a fair point. I think that
Yes, you
it
can't
gives
like bribe
everyone
someone.
it gives everyone on the last day, I guess, an equal shot since you're not having to, one team isn't gonna be like, "Well, we just need to beat them." All we have to do is watch all the tape from today's game and, like, a couple days before that. Tomorrow, we can just crush them, and I can see that. I think that my issue is more just the players are gonna be exhausted, and the later the day goes on, the less quality a match would maybe be.
Yeah, of course. But our schedule for next week, playing starts Tuesday. We have DFM at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then Wednesday we have Beyond Gaming and Galatasaray Esport at 11 and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Thursday we have Unicorns of Love at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we top the group, we automatically probably go straight into Group A, but we could go into Group C. And if we do not, then if we finish second, then we will play the winner of a series between third and fourth from Group A. And if we get third or fourth, then we'll play a series against third or fourth team from our group and play the second seed from Group A. So I think I explained it as best as I could. So I would rather just group and walk into our group day. So we'll see there. What are your thoughts and expectations for plans?
Plans, I think looking at our group, it's going to be tough. I think Detonation.
I think the biggest thing is that it's a one round robin, so we only play each team once.
Yeah. I mean, Detonation Focus Me gave us trouble in MSI. I can see them doing that again. Unicorns of Love, they always seem to most of the time go to Worlds. I could definitely see them giving us issues there. I think Beyond Gaming and Galatasaray, we should probably be able to just beat them. I don't think that should be a big issue. I think the biggest thing is how is the team going to be? Which team are we going to see? Are we going to see? Are we going to see Perks, and are we going to see Blabber be on form, or are we going to see Blabber in his brains out and Perks make a bunch of stupid decisions and not be too impactful? I think that's the real question.
Yeah, I'm hoping the team comes in focused and prepared because because after play-ins, they have a really big fight ahead of them, and I would not like to see them go 0-6 if they make it into groups.
Yeah, that'd be awful. I think that I will say one thing that does leave me optimistic is Blabber has been just absolutely grinding away at solo queue. He is, I believe, in the mid to high 20s in terms of rank ladder in the EU region, which is very promising. I think that it's good that he is just playing game after game to try to get ready. So I think that's good. I think him maybe getting more of a handle on jungle meta is always a plus. I don't know how much the others have been playing. But we'll have to see. I'm not sure. I want to say I heard that scrims were all right, but
yeah, apparently we crushed EDG.
Ooh,
which I
that's
think
at
is
least
China 1. Yes, it's China 1,
yeah.
I believe.
Is it?
No, wait, who's China 1 then?
I thought it was DWG. Or is that Korea?
Damwon is DWG.
Yeah. Okay. No, Damon's. Yeah.
Korean.
I guess they are, since
the website open.
Phoenix is in Group A.
No, FPix got their ass beat by EDG, I believe. Also, I opened up LPL China on LOL Esports, and it's showing me Turkey. Good. It's set up very nice.
I'm
it
figuring it out
because RNG was in their version of the Gauntlet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They slapped around FPX. They beat him 3-1. So EDG is China 1, FPX is China 2.
Okay. Got that settled.
And that's how Damwon and FPX are in the same group.
Right. Yeah, right. Because the region can't be in the same. So they gotta
So
move. Yeah.
I'm not
That
sure
makes
where we were. Oh, or yeah. Apparently, we crushed EDG and scrims. So I guess that's good. I'm not sure if it really means anything. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I think it's really going to come down to is how we understand the meta.
Yeah.
I haven't played a ton of League, and I haven't been watching the watch the pros stream on Twitch, so I'm not entirely sure what is strong right now. I know Moo yes support is supposed to be strong. I know that Trend mid is strong. Trend Indemir.
Numeric mid is a thing now?
Yes. Dwayne B called it out as being like super OP.
What the heck?
So it was either a trap or it's actually strong. So it's and I think it's actually strong. I haven't played into it. Lilia solo lane, unless she got nerfed, is honestly stupid as fuck. If you're
You like
playing,
Lilia solo lane. It's fun.
dude, it's so cancer. I hate it.
It's fun. You get to like just hop around with your little poison
Oh
duck.
yeah, it's fun as her. It's not
Yeah.
fun going against her though.
No,
So
I
I
could
think
imagine.
that's an option. I don't think Ziggs got buffed enough to be taken out. So I don't know, but we'll have to see how plans evolves. I think the biggest thing is going to be winning our group, because if we do not win in our group, we could end up facing uh, Gillette and Finn. Yeah, Gillette and Finity, who we should beat. Han Real Life or L and G in a playoff at some point. So I really wouldn't like to do that. Even if we face Han Real Life, even if we beat them, we would possibly get drawn into Group C, but I don't even think I like our chances in Group C much
I don't want us to
more.
go in Group C just because then we would have a reunion with Niski.
I would like it for that
I would like
reason,
to
but I
play
don't
against
think our
him.
odds are that much better in Group
No,
C.
I think anywhere you slice it, I think A or C, it would be really tough. So I think it's really more of just. I think right now we just have to focus on the team. Just has to focus on like getting out of groups. I think once you get out of groups, then you can worry about who you're going to face in the bracket or the main group stage.
Yeah. So I wish it was a double round robin, but because I would like our odds there. But if you're just doing a one round robin, like teams can pull out a lot of cheese. So
Yeah, I think
and
then.
we are in a group of cheese. With corns of love. So we will see. I guess the main thing is getting into groups. I'm not gonna talk too much crap as long as we do that.
Yeah, we can trash talk after it's over.
Yeah. So if we get through our we're most likely to go to Group A, which includes Damwon, FPX, and Rogue. So that's an awful group. If Hanwha Life gets knocked out, we could go into Group C with PSG Talon, Fnatic, and RNG, which I also don't like. But the good news is that we have beaten Damwon. I think we can beat Rogue on a good day. I'm not so sure about FPX though.
FPX would definitely be hard. I will agree. We did beat Delmon before. We can maybe do it again. And I think Rogue is also beatable. So I think that I think that we can do it. I think it's just that the players have to be, they gotta be ready. So I think that that could be doable. Group C is kind of the same situation. Like I think that we beat Royal Never Give Up before. Didn't we beat them? Weren't they at MSI? Didn't we beat them at MSI?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. So like we beat them before. We can probably do it again. I think we can maybe beat Fnatic. Um, I want to say that we could beat PSG, but PSG is still kind of a tough team. I think that there are chances for us to get out, but I think we have to take those chances and play really well. And the team's got to be consistent.
Yeah. I guess we can save some more in-depth group talk for that day, but no matter how you slice it, it's always tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be
The
rough.
world's groups are always stacked. Which is why I think they they need to expand it.
Yeah.
Because like some of the groups are just dumb.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna have possibly faker knockdown groups, rogue knockdown in groups, one of PSG Talent, Fnatic, and RNG knockdown in groups. Genji or Mad possibly knocked out in groups. Like I personally think that they just need to add more groups so you get more knockout matches for fun.
I could
But
I could I could be down with that.
yeah, that's my solution. But what's your prediction for plans?
Let's see. I guess for the teams that are probably gonna get out. Let's see. We need 4 spots. So I think I could see like us. Um, Maybe Detonation Focus Me, and then probably like it's like a 3-way tie. Like one of the 2 of the 3 from Group A, like Hanwha, LNG, or Infinity. I think that's one of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know.
Group A is really hard to predict because Group A has they have a
Who's
lot of good
the
teams.
who's the oh, it's Peace is the Australian
Yeah.
representative.
Oh, Visit Chachi's on Piece.
That's what team it was. Yeah, he just joined them for Worlds. He's
I
the
think it is.
only one I know.
One thing I'll also say that's kind of interesting, the Brazilian team, the Red Canids, it doesn't have BRTT isn't on that team. It's usually who's the team that
Pain.
usually, yeah, Pain is usually the one that goes to Worlds. Um so it's interesting that Pain didn't get they weren't able to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but
Usually we see them like looking at CB Law. Like usually it's usually like INTZ,
that's the other one.
Pain,
Yeah.
or Red Canids.
Uh-huh.
Red Canids was there like I think one Worlds, but that was like a few years ago.
Huh.
Um, but it's usually like Pain Gaming, and sometimes it's INTZ. Like we haven't seen Kaboom in a while. When like I think we saw Flamingo like once.
Kaboom was there. I want to say 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
3. I
Yeah,
mean, at this
I
point,
think I remember because there was like a bunch of memes about it.
yeah. So they've sent a few teams, but
Yeah,
or
but
maybe they were
it's usually
at MSI or something.
it's usually
Who
Pain
knows?
Gaming.
Yeah. I think the teams that are gonna get out is certainly us. I think LNG is gonna win Group A.
Mhm.
We are going to send Detonation Focus Me as our second seed, and Hanwha Life is gonna get second seed in the other group. Oof. Beyond that, it's kind of tough. I'm gonna go Unicorns of Love and Beyond are gonna, or no, sorry, Unicorns of Love and Galatasaray are gonna fight for to face Hanwha Life, while Red, Candids, and Gillette Infinity are going to fight Detonation Focus Me on our side. So I don't know who wins that match. I haven't watched any of those teams except DFM and Gillette Infinity at MSI. So we'll see. But when do groups actually start?
They don't
They start
start
on
until
Monday,
the
October
11th.
11th. So a week from Monday. Ooh, that's so soon. So hopefully we'll be back before then. I'm going to hope that we win our 10 a.m. match on Thursday, and then we can record Thursday afternoon. That's going to be my goal. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week before groups.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
I do want to give a shout out to one thing. Someone has made a website called Does Cloud9 Have a CSGO Team.com?
Oh God.
And it's amazing. So you go there, it has this amazing it has this counter, and it counts how long it's been since we've had a CSGO team. I believe also it has the clip, the clip of the that last round in the Boston Major. It has that. It's just a really cute website. It's really funny. It even has a status of yes or no. Right now it's no.
That's always going to be.
It's gonna be no
no,
for a
I
while.
think.
It's gonna be no for a while. But it's a really funny website if you want a good laugh. It even has this sad piano kind of song kind of playing that you can turn on and listen to. It's just a really funny, if you want a really good laugh, if you want to maybe feel a bit sad too, check out Does Cloud9 Have a CSGO Team.com.
Can I call someone out?
Sure.
Okay, so every thread I go into on our Cloud9, AT&T is commenting on that post, and it's seriously every single post, that has at least one comment on it. Why hasn't AT&T commented on our post yet?
That's messed up, AT&T.
Yeah, just because I don't have AT&T service, I don't have AT&T and internet doesn't mean that we don't deserve it.
From what it looks like it's maybe from only official Cloud9 posts.
No, I've seen a few things where they've commented on other stuff. It's every post that has one or two comments, they always go in and post too.
It's weird.
It's very common, and I find it very weird, actually.
Super weird.
So
what the heck, AT&T?
Screw you guys. We also deserve a comment.
No, Frozen. I use their internet. They'll shut off my internet.
Okay, good. Well, not good for you, but
No.
Good. So they should comment.
My internet.
All right. I think that's everything for this week.
Okay.
All right. World starts on Tuesday, so let's get hype.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited to get the action rolling.
I'm anxiously excited, but cautiously optimistic, but much more cautious than optimistic. So we'll see. I'm hoping Team Liquid goes 0-6, but I digress. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.